Namaste, हमेशा खुश रहो बिटिया. My name is JVN Manisha Singh. Today I am teaching you methods of manufacture of evaporated and condensed milk in subject advanced milk and milk product technology. Now let's start with condensed milk. First of all, we need to receive the milk. For receiving milk, we will check the quality of milk by doing platform test, mainly alcohol test and clot on boil test. Then after we will preheat the milk to 38 to 40 degrees Celsius to increase the efficiency of filtration and clarification. After that, filtration and clarification to remove any extraneous matter present in the milk, that is dust, dirt, particle. Then standardization to adjust the VAT and SNF. This is done so as to confirm the legal standards in the finished product. Standardization of raw milk is carried out in three stages. First, establish the desired fat and SNF ratio 1 is to 2.5. And second stage, establish the desired ratio of sugar and total milk solids. Concentration of finished condensed milk to desired percentage of total solids. Then preheating. Preheating is done to inactivate enzymes and microorganisms present in the milk. Viscosity is maintained and during storage, no thickening is done due to this prevent the agitation. The temperature time combination of preheating is 82 to 93 degrees Celsius for 5 to 15 minutes or 116 to 149 degrees Celsius for 5 minutes. The modern trend is towards the high temperature short time, that is HTST heating, such as the time temperature combination is 115 to 118 degrees Celsius for no hold or flash heating. After that, there is an addition of sugar. The main purpose of this step is the preservation of the product. The amount of ranges from 40 to 45% in the finished product, which required 18 to 20% sugar on the milk basis. However, Hunziker advocated a sugar ratio of 62.5 to 64.5% sugar in water concentration. This amount not only ensures proper protection against microbial action and also prevents sugar crystallization. Early addition of sugar can cause products to become more viscous. Further, the presence of added sugar during forewarming of preheating increases the heat resistances of microorganism, thereby adversely affecting the keeping quality. Then dry sugar and sugar syrup are added. After that, condensing. Condensing is done under vacuum or by multiple effect evaporators. The advantage of condensing is free from any cooked flavor and rapidity of the process, protection of milk against heat damage. When the boiling milk approaches the desired concentration, there are visual indications such as the milk settles down, its surface assumes a glossy appearance, and there is a heavy roll from the periphery towards the center. The dry matter content is checked by determining the density of the concentrate. The principal density tests usually apply are refractometer test, hydrometer test, pycnometer test, and the density for sweetened whole milk is 1.30 and sweetened skim milk is 1.350. After that, homogenization is done. Two-stage homogenization is preferred. In first stage, 2000 psi pressure is used, and in second stage 500 psi pressure is used. It is done to obtain a uniform fat emulsion and reduce the fat separation during storage. After that, cooling and crystallization. Quick cooling is desired to delay age thickening and discoloration. The lactose present in milk plays an important role in determining the texture of condensed milk, as the size of the lactose crystals determine the relative smoothness of the product. The crystallization of lactose requires the diffusion of highly soluble beta-lactose anhydride form to the less soluble alpha-hydrate form. The rate of crystallization is affected by the viscosity and presence of milk colloids. The optimum temperature for crystallization varies with the ratio of lactose to water in the condensed milk. After that, seeding the condensed milk. Seeding refers to the introduction of lactose in powdered form during the cooling process to provide nuclei for crystallization. The main purpose of seeding is to give the lactose and added incentives to crystallize. The seed lactose usage rate is about 375 to 500 grams per 1000 kg of the fluid milk of 0.1 to 0.3% of the condensed milk, and it should not be added in the dry form as lump formation may occur. It should be blended with small amount of condensed milk and then added to the batch with vigorous agitation. After that, packaging. Bulk packaging is done in barrels, drum or tin containers, whereas the retail market fillers are used to package condensed milk in the cans. Then storage. The main consideration of storage of condensed milk is the temperature of storage. Which should be such as to prevent defects like sandiness, viscosity and sugar separation. Condensed milk should be stored at temperature 10 degrees Celsius or below. For the manufacture of evaporated milk, it is quite similar to the condensed milk, but some step is changes after the homogenization process, and there is no addition of sugar, and the cooling is done at 7 degrees Celsius if sterilization is done on the same day. Otherwise, it will be done on the 5 degrees Celsius. And yes, after cooling, there is a pilot sterilization test, that is the stabilizer to maintain heat stability. The main purpose of pilot sterilization test in evaporated milk is to determine the amount of chemical stabilizers, that is trisodium citrate or disodium phosphate, to be added to the evaporated milk for heat stability. Generally, 10% of stabilizers is prepared for use. The sample cans containing the major amount of stabilizer solution and the evaporated milk is sterilized at 117 degrees Celsius for 15 minutes and then cooled to 24 degrees Celsius. After cooling, the cans are opened, examined for smoothness and color, and tested for viscosity. If the desired viscosity is not achieved, the stability corrections need to be made. After pilot sterilization test, there is a step which is known as packaging. The cans are filled with volumetric fillers, and sterilization of glass can is able to withstand the pressure and it is airtight. The temperature of the evaporated milk when filling the can should be around 5 degrees Celsius. Higher temperature causes foaming, whereas lower temperature causes flipping. After packaging, sterilization is done. Prior to sterilization, leak detection test is carried out, and then it is done by filled cans is put it into the hot water. If there is bubble, then that can is discarded, otherwise it is accepted. The primary purpose of sterilization is to destroy microorganisms and enzymes. In addition, sterilization process is utilized to achieve the viscosity of the product and improve the body so as to give a creamy consistency to the finished product. It is done at 116 to 118 degrees Celsius for 15 minutes. Then after sterilization, there is a step known as cooling. The evaporated milk is immediately cooled to 24 degrees Celsius. Delayed in cooling may lead to bulging of cans. After cooling, there is a shaking. The purpose of shaking is to break the emulsion formed or the curd formed during sterilization to a homogeneous consistency. The shaking period is generally more about 2 minutes. Storage temperature is 5 to 16 degrees Celsius is used, and relative humidity of surrounding air should be as low as 50%. And then heat stability. Hope you all are satisfied with this session. This session is powered by Digital Version 2.0 Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. If you have any query, please mention it in a comment box. I will resolve them whenever we have a live session. Thank you so much for watching this.